What's up, everybody? It's the Pope Elijah Burke, and I want you to tune in whenever you can to make sure that you're listening to Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast with Adam and Fiona.
Yep. Welcome back to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast. It's NWA Power. I would say the Power Hour, but it won't be an hour. But the good news is I'm not alone. For those of you that are not watching on YouTube, you'll soon be able to hear the dulcet tones of my favorite tag team partner, Miss Fiona Lochran. Evening, Fee.
Good evening. It's a Tuesday. It's not even aired in the USA yet, and I have seen the show.
There we go. You can tell the
Wonders will
excitement.
never cease. The gods have blessed me today.
Certainly have. Let's hope those gods keep blessing us so we get to watch NWA every week. But look, before we get to Power, that we're not going to give you any spoilers from the Crockett Cup because we actually don't know.
I
We've
haven't looked for
purposely
any. I have no idea.
exactly neither have I. But there has been two bits of news that has come out, but has come out broadly, so we will discuss them. The first bit of news is NWA once again, I believe as early as well, I think as early as the July tapings, this is what I've been hearing, will have a new home fee.
Another one,
Another
which
one.
I wish it filled me with excitement. I'm not going to hold my breath, but yeah, they're moving to Comet TV, which is part of, is it Turner Broadcasting
Sinclair.
or Sinclair? Sorry, Sinclair
Yes.
Broadcasting. Yeah, so Comet TV, I've had a little look. I managed to access the watch live button without a VPN. Um, and that's all I'm willing to jinx myself with right now, to be honest with you.
Probably
Exciting
best.
for them. Maybe it means more people are going to have access to it. I don't know. The downside of it, if it's live TV, so to speak, they might not be able to have like kind of on demand or a stream
Mm.
service, which might make watching difficult because of the time frames and stuff.
Yeah.
There's no notice about whether it will remain on Roku or whether it will be on YouTube as
Yeah.
well or whatever. So I think for the time being, yeah, good for them, new home. I don't know what that means for the rest of the world, basically.
Yeah, me either. So it's it's always try and look at optimistic, but yeah, if we can't, if there's no, if it's live or never, that could pose a problem.
They've
I'm
not
assuming
been
that
on Roku for that long, though.
it would be like a year, I think, around the time that they do the July tapings, I want to
Okay,
say.
okay. Really? As long as that?
It has been, yeah. Well, do you know how? Well, actually, not necessarily as long as that at the minute, but the only reason I know is because when I first got Roku, my 6 month subscription ended in February, so we're 8 months in.
Okay,
So we'd be
okay.
about a year by the time I suppose it airs on
On the
Comet.
new channel, yeah.
Yeah, assuming it doesn't go on both. But no, look, we'll wait and see. But the tapings in particular that they reckon that are going to be the first ones that they do or
That's the next
record for
one's
Comet.
later this month, I think.
Yeah, they got
24th
some
of
in April.
April,
Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, the ones in particular that they're looking at are going to be from the 2300 in Philly. So that's pretty
Okay,
pretty good one.
interesting.
So we'll watch this space. That we'll find out, and we'll obviously discuss this again later once we know more details. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's good news. Hopefully, it's a bit more accessible. But we'll find out. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I just
Um,
want to make it easier.
yeah, just make it easier. Yeah, that would be for us. I know it's selfish, but for us, just make it easier for everyone, for everybody, really, for everyone worldwide to see.
Yeah.
Um, However, there was some sad news coming out of the NWA at the Crockett Cup, and it was announced actually that Trevor Murdoch has retired from in-ring
He's hung
competition.
up his boots. And
Yes.
from what I can gather, the only person that knew was his wife. He didn't tell any of the boys backstage. I did read the
Oh.
article, and basically he decided not to tell anyone because he didn't want it to be a sad day. And he
Hmm.
didn't want his day to be filled with, oh man, we're going to miss you. What are you doing at? And he was worried that they would talk him out of it.
Well, and obviously overshadowed the Crockett Cup as well.
Yeah,
But they,
absolutely.
so
But good luck to him. I've had the
absolutely.
pleasure of seeing Trevor in the WWE when he was there. I've had the pleasure of seeing him in action in NWA. He's very much to me, a traditional NWA wrestler. I think it's going to be a big loss for them.
Yep.
I think the locker room will have a big hole, big boots to fill to replace him.
Big boots to fill from Captain Badass himself, Trevor Murdoch. And yeah, I echo your thing there, and just hope that thank him for his contributions, of course, two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion as
Yeah,
well, and the Tag Team
he's had some
Champion.
good runs.
He has. He's had some good runs, even with the late great Lance Cade as well in the WWE. So best of luck, Trevor, and you will definitely be missed. And there is a big hole, as you say, to fill, a big void
Yeah.
in that locker room. But let's get on. So Power this week was called Booster Shot. Not quite sure. I never quite know if there's a rationale between these names and the
Sometimes they
episode.
make sense, sometimes I'm not so convinced.
Think Booster Shot might have something to do with the women's match, maybe. Well,
Maybe.
but anyway, let's start with a really good recap and a good promo for Silas Mason and Brian Idol, which,
Yeah.
to my surprise, kicks off Power this week.
This was a stacked show. There was 5 matches this week.
Yes.
This was a stacked show, and there was 4 championship matches.
Yeah.
So it was stacked for such a short show. Remember, it's only like 50 minutes or whatever. It
Mhm.
was stacked.
It really, really was. And like I said, it caught me by surprise that the £10 of gold kicked off the show in a it was a no disqualification. It said no limits, but Billy didn't allow the falls count anywhere option. But it had a 20-minute time limit in this. Was a big fight feel though, Fee.
It really was. It really, really was. I was quite hyped for this. Obviously,
Mhm.
Brian's cashed in his lucky 7
He
shot.
has, yeah.
Um, which always for me, when someone's cashing in a title shot and dropping a belt to get that shot at the next one, to me that always gives me a wee bit of, oh, this is going to mean something. This is going to be good.
It was. It was. I mean, they brawled straight away. There
Yeah,
was no. There's a lot of history between
there
either.
is. And there was never a question that they were going to go easy on each other.
Absolutely not. I mean, there was some points during this match where Silas really started going on into the collarbone, which obviously he injured Brian back last year. So he was really targeting. I mean, I think he actually done it on the steel stairs at one point
Yeah,
during this. So he was really going after it. The bit that made me laugh was they got a table out and then they tried to set this table up on the outside of the ring, but there really wasn't
it wasn't a
much
lot of
space
room.
between the ring and the crowd, and they ended up it was all like half up, I think, during this, which was quite funny. Obviously, they do end up going through that table.
Or
Uh,
rather, Silas does.
oh, Silas does. My apologies. Yes, he did try to put Brian through, but he backdropped him through, which I suppose is the safest way you could go through that table, where considering where it was positioned on the outside.
Yeah.
But of course, this was no DQ, so they did have chairs. We had the
Anything
cable.
goes.
The wires, the cable wires on the outside were being used. Silas got cut
He
in this.
did. Robbed his eye again by the looks of things.
I think that was when he went through the table.
Maybe. I don't know. I
I,
never
I didn't
actually thought it happen.
I didn't clock it happen until obviously the end, which we'll get to. But
Yeah.
obviously this was no DQ. So of course that means the Southern Six had their opportunity to get involved, which they did. However, it didn't quite work out at first, and this is a really interesting bit because they're holding Brian Idol on the outside, and Silas goes to, I suppose, clothesline him or hit him. Brian moves out the way, but to me, Silas deliberately avoided AT, and in my opinion, not very deliberately, but on purpose, struck Kerry Morton.
Well, this will bring us on to let's finish the match and we'll come back. We'll revisit this
Finished the
because I
matches. They
clocked something.
They did get involved again, but and then and then obviously Brian Idol then tries to hit the ropes, and as he does hit the ropes, he gets caught in the thrill ride for the Unos dos Tres, and Silas Mason does retain the World Heavyweight Championship. But what did you notice, Fee?
Well, obviously, AT and Kerry are in the ring celebrating with them, but Kerry is very obviously, very, very obviously eyeing up that belt. At one
Yeah.
point, he looks really shifty, and at one point, I actually thought when Silas's back was turned to him that he was going to take a shot. I
Yeah.
really did think that he was going to blindside Silas with a super kick or something. He didn't, but
No.
it is very, very apparent that Kerry wants a shot at that title.
I said exactly the same thing. I wrote down exactly the same thing. There was a look that Kerry gave as well
I
during this. Let's
genuinely thought he was going to hit Silas from
Yeah,
behind.
they had their little bit of an argument at the end as well, because obviously Kerry was like, "Hey, you hit me." So I was just like, "Ah, fuck."
I know Silas goes to kiss him, bless him.
Yeah. And then there was the bit where him and AT were kind of walking ahead or going out of the ring ahead, and Kerry was behind. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute here. This generally ends up with one of them with a with a shot happening, but as you say,
Yeah.
it didn't. But this has gone on for quite. If you remember back when they done the Jax Danes, really when the problem started,
Yeah.
these two, and they haven't really been on the same wavelength since that Jax Dane
No, there's
Memorial.
a little bit of trouble at the mill, as they say. But then there was also, it wasn't just the two of them that were ringside at the end.
No,
We had a little intervention from Carnage as well.
we did. I forgot about that. Sorry. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's right here. Carnage actually was the one that distracted Idol to get the end. Apologies. Yes, I've got this written down right here. Carnage distracts and then he hits the free ride from the distractions. Yes,
So
Carnage.
obviously I've not seen a lot of the shows lately, so I'm not sure why Carnage was there. I haven't seen they alluded to something happened before. I don't know if there's a match that I've missed where
I think
Carnage was
Idol.
involved with Brian or Silas or whatever. So I was a little bit confused and I still don't really know why Carnage was out there. But there's obviously been something that I have missed in the preceding weeks.
I want to say he fought Brian Idol recently. Maybe he
He
did
may well
wrestle
have done. I
recently.
haven't seen it. So
He did wrestle recently, but for the life of me, I can't remember who he wrestled. I'd have to check the notes. But yes, he's the one that did get involved in this and cost Brian Idol. So there's obviously going to be some bad blood. And of course, Brian Idol relinquished the championship as well.
so
So
that's it. So what next for Brian? He now has no championships. He's
nope,
had his title shot.
yep.
Like what do you do in that position? What do you do in that position when you've cashed in a belt that you technically don't have to cash in,
Hmm.
where you can still say, I'm still champ, but you go, right, okay, no, I'm going to give it up because you're that intent on winning that £10 gold. And then you don't win. Where does that leave you? Like, what does that do to a wrestler's psyche? Like, where does it leave them?
Up shit creek without a paddle.
It's one way of putting it, I guess.
I guess. I mean, right now he's got a problem. He's got a carnage issue at the minute. And then I suppose we'll wait and see what happens. I'm sure they'll do something for that championship as well.
I
Um,
mean, does he go for Mondo now? Does he go for the heavyweight championship? Does he
maybe.
does he try and get his TV title back? Like, what do
Guess
you do?
I guess as you say, watch this space. We'll find out what happens next. We're in the TB champ. We haven't even crowned, and nothing's been said about the TB championship yet either.
No,
So we'll see. We will see. But Silas is still the holder of the £10 of
love
gold.
to see that.
Yes. Oh, and he's also the only champion that's wrestled in every territory, defended it every
I know
territory.
that's quite cool, actually.
Hopefully,
I like that. That's cool.
he is going to be a crossfire this weekend when they
This
tape, but
weekend, yeah.
hopefully, we'll get into the reasons why a little bit later on, but hopefully he'll be at the next one as well. But we'll talk about that.
You never know.
Never know, right? Let's hope and pray. Livia done a promo, ready for her main event with Markova, basically thanking her for the opportunity, but she said that Markova's got to live and learn. That's
Oh, I see what you
interesting.
did there, or what she did there.
What she did there. Then we get the promo. Latimer and El Dragon Nihar,
You
the
love
most
that man.
the most unusual pairing in the
It's a
NWA
strange
Crockett
one
Cup.
for me.
It really is. I
I
mean
feel
they
like some of the teams in the Crockett Cup have just been thrown together this year.
yeah, I agree with that. I
I
agree. They
think it's just
haven't
been like you knew, you'll do, you'll do, you'll do.
yeah, they
I
haven't
just
brought
feel
in like
like, yeah, and I don't know how that makes me feel about the cup because, yeah. they'll not have the chemistry, they'll not have the knowledge of each other, and I don't know.
Well,
That for me, I'm just like, okay, well, they're not going to win.
yeah, they've got Carson Drake and Aaron Stevens next week. There's
Interesting.
El Dragon and Latimer. We'll see. We'll see. But now this was a really interesting. So we had a match, a triple threat match. It was Will Austin. I keep getting him and Will Ospreay because their names are very. Every time I think of Will when he says Austin, I'm like, wow. Against Hayden Backlund, who, by the way, we'll be talking to this week. Hayden Backlund will be on the show.
Looking forward
Um,
to that one.
that'd be a good chat. And against our good buddy Cristiano Argento.
What is
But
he?
a funny looking fucker. Uh,
Apparently so.
apparently so. But this match had even more because not only was this match a triple threat match, it was a number one contender for the national championship, which you would go straight into after the end of this match.
That's a rough one for whoever wins this.
Very, very rough one. I love this match though.
I thought it was great.
I
I
really
thought it was
like this.
great. Now, I've never seen Will Austin before,
He'd been on a quite, yeah, you'd missed him. He had been on
so I
recently.
missed him. I'd never seen him before, but to watch him just dive out the ring straight off the bat, pretty
Yeah.
much, I was like, okay, you're
He was
good. I
kind
like
of
you.
the man of the double move, wasn't he, during this?
Yeah,
Because he was always flying around doing double moves. And there was a bit where I think one of them clothesline one off the top rope and the other one DDT'd him at the same
yeah,
time, which was a nice one. There was a couple of little bits where it looked a little bit awkward. The landings looked a bit awkward, but obviously when you're a triple threat, everything's flying around all over the place. But I really, really enjoyed this match, and
I
I
like
want
this triple threat, definitely.
yeah, I want both. I want all three of these in the NWA because they certainly all fit in very nicely. I mean, Backlund was like a technical submission specialist. He was always looking for that chicken wing, the crossface chicken
Yeah,
wing, a bit like his uncle. Was the master of that. And obviously, Will Austin, as you mentioned, he was the high flyer. And then Argento was more of your ground and pound and just standing type
yeah.
wrestler with a lot of great moves. And these three really work well with each other. Um, but like I keep saying, he kept trying to put this chicken wing on everyone. Danny Deals had $5 on Cristiano Argento winning this, and
That's
he would have
funny.
you lost your $5 because Argento taps
He
to
did, he did,
the chicken wing.
and Backlund makes it through. But
He
I did not
does.
envy him.
No, because straight away, obviously Mondo comes out right away, and we get into the match for the national championship, which is Mondo and Backlund. And look, he gave it what he could. He'd already had 5 or 6 minute match prior to this, and he didn't
It's a lot
exactly.
to ask someone to do
Well,
in
the thing is, it
prolonged
wasn't even a
time.
quick match, was it? He wasn't like he hit a couple of moves and it was done. He took a beating in this
Yeah,
sort
he
of six
did.
minutes
He
that he
really
had.
did. Mondo,
So
though, what the hell? Did he lick or bite his eye socket?
yeah, he went straight in for his eye, didn't he? Oh, that was
Ah, it's like, and I was like, is he licking his eyeball? But it looked like he sunk his teeth into the socket.
he
Oh,
was
what a weirdo, man.
he was taking a chunk out of him. That's what he was doing, and yeah, crazy moment in that match with Mondo for this. And look, he tried. Backlund gave it what he could do,
He
but
did. He really did.
eventually it was gut check time, and Mike Mondo retains. Don't know.
I
Does
don't
he get
think that
lucky
was any
seven?
surprise to anyone, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think. I'm sure he gets lucky seven because I'm sure Silas done it when Latimer was
Yeah,
champion once, or when EC3 was champion.
I need to double check that.
I'm pretty sure that because he was national champion at one point, Silas. I remember that,
Yeah,
and I remember he did cash it in. So Mondo's got to be close. I mean, he's had quite a few
he has had
defenses.
quite a few. I don't know how many he's had. Again, hello, not being able to watch, so lost track of things, but
You're going to keep rubbing that into them, aren't you?
absolutely.
Fair, 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 fair. Um, so now we go to the tattoo parlor.
El Cantanto Tattoo.
You're going to be saying that in a little while as well when we go back to that place. Um, now, obviously, you may or may not have seen this feed, but Mr. Kazana has been in there for 2 weeks.
That's a hell of a bit of inking he's getting. Jesus.
Well, he's only getting like a Doc Holiday, whoever the fuck that is, tattooed on him. What I found weird about this was Carson Drake was even taking the piss out of him with Latimer and Colby.
And
Colby was
Kobe.
like weird though, because Colby looked at the end of this skit. Colby was kind of like the face on him, kind of changed a little bit. And I was wondering if maybe there's an issue there with Colby and Latimer.
I don't know. I'm really sorry. I've got cramp in my foot if I'm making strange faces.
Well, I've still got a cough, as you can probably hear sometimes when my voice goes funny. You've got cramp and I've got a cough, but he's still
I can't remember because we go back to the tattoo bit, but one of the
yeah.
and I don't know if it was this one or the next one. I was just laughing because Kyle's just sitting in a chair in the background in one of the shots with one trouser leg up. So he was
Yes.
obviously getting inked as well.
He was getting inked as well during this, but crazy. But we'll go back to that in a minute. We then went to Knox and Murdoch wanted to know who his tag partner was, and that tag partner was Tyler Franks.
That's an interesting combination. Again, a team thrown together.
Yes, which they're going against the Country Gentleman next week, so maybe AJ's tattoo will finally be done.
I wonder what this retirement means for Noxie though.
Well, that's interesting, yeah, because obviously Knoxie's
I mean, Noxie's obviously out just now still.
yeah,
But
but
what's that going to mean for him? Is he going to come back as a singles? Is he going to come back and find a new tag partner?
Tyler
Or
Franks.
is he going to ride off into the sunset with Trevor?
We'll have to find out. Again, it's a case of watch this space. He could tag team up with Tyler Franks maybe after this, and but first things first, Murdoch's got to get past I hope they beat the Country Gentleman this week. I fucking hate the Country Gentleman. Fucking idiots. I hope that they lose next week. But we do get another interview with another team in the Crockett Cup. Mims and Pope was in the ring, and of course they are going against soon the
I stole your
slime,
thunder. I'm sorry.
the slime balls. I say. Oh, actually, now as I hear Carl Davis now, it's he adds like an A at the end of everything now, so it's the slime balls. Ah. Um, but yes, they well basically they're going to break balls in
Apparently
this.
so. But
They
they're
wanted
what?
to
Playing balls are number 10, Mims and Pope are number 7.
don't get that.
So
Don't get that.
they're not far apart in the rankings, really, in the grand scheme of things.
I don't understand though. But we
I
said this
just
last
think,
week.
yeah, I don't know. I would have had Slime Balls higher, particularly when they're US tag champs, but that's just me.
They're the president of the
And they
United
are
States
an
Tag Team Champions.
established tag team as well.
They are. They've had a great year. They are the presidents of the United States Tag Team, and they've been on this show,
They have.
and that was great. And look, they've done a lot of good things, Slime Balls. And as you say, they are an established tag team in the NWA. Why they wasn't higher is beyond me. But they wanted to spit shake. Yeah, they spat on their hands for the handshake, and Mims and Pope didn't take too
I don't
kindly
know
to
if I'd
that.
want to be shaking those boys' hands, to be fair. You've
Did you
just been
notice
really keen.
they called him Elijah Burke?
I didn't notice that. That's
Like,
hilarious.
you're
I
Elijah
love
Burke.
that.
I've played you in a video game, is what they said.
I wish I'd heard that. Did not clock that at all. That
Oh, it was brilliant. The
I
crowd
love
loved
that.
them. The crowd in Florida loved them, the Slime
Yeah,
Balls. I love the Slime. I've liked them from day one, near enough from day
they've
one.
grown on me.
There you go. See, everyone loves the Slime Balls. I would say we go back to Dr. Vic's abode, but it was actually the Stevens Academy. It come up Dr. Vic's abode, then it come up the Stevens Academy. I'm only assuming that's Aaron Stevens when we
Yeah,
when we
maybe.
when we look at this. He's on the phone though. Was
What is
Dr. Vic
he up
off?
to?
Well,
Shady,
after
shady human being.
after last week, when he got absolutely embarrassed, he's tried to take Tiffany Nieves from me. It's not happening. It's Dr. Vic. There's only
Do
one
not.
bald guy Tiffany Nieves wants to go for, and it
I'll
isn't.
tell Rachel.
Yeah, that's all right. La Princessa wants La Bald Man from England, not.
But yeah,
Anyway,
Rick, asking in a favor from who? What? Why?
yeah. And he said about,
Interesting.
and then he sort of said like, well, what does he need? And then there was a knock at the door, and he turned around and went, what the hell? And that was the end of that for now. Anyway, we uh we went back to, and no, we didn't go back to the titles at that point. We had a promo from the Country Gentleman though. They respect Murdoch and they hate Franks, was basically. And again, they've had a Tyler Franks has had a long going being with the Country Gentlemen because he was a part of
Yeah.
the Crossfire stuff, which has happened
So
recently.
I get the beef. I get the beef.
I can understand it. I can understand it. I still don't like the Country Gentlemen, but I can understand it. I can understand the beef. Another tag championship next, the women's tag team, TVMA. This was Tiffany Nieves and Greta, the
Oh, if I
giant
missed her.
Greta. We have, of course, Mr. We have to congratulate Valentina Rossi on WWE getting WWE ID'd as well, the former TV
Exciting stuff. Yeah.
MA. And they were taking on the Hex, the women's tag team, James Allison Kay and Marty Bell. Now, Tiffany and Marty, no strangers to each other if you watch Exodus Pro Wrestling, Fee.
No, not at all. They've danced a few times in that ring.
Oh, they certainly have. But I love it that she was making a tag to Greta, letting Greta hit a big move, and then she was making a tag straight back and trying to take advantage.
That's smart.
It was smart.
That's
It was.
smart tag team wrestling. Play to your strengths.
I mean, Greta did hit a big boot. I thought she decapitated somebody with that boot.
Greta did not move, man, when Alison Kay was trying to clothesline her.
And Alison Kay's no slouch.
She's not at all.
And Greta was basically laughing at her, really, for want of a better phrase. But she did make a mistake in this match. She went to the outside. Sam Starr even got a right hander involved in this. She ended up
Yeah.
hitting one of them. But then Greta went to try and go into the post, or they were up against the post. She went to try and slash him. Didn't happen. They moved out of the way. And that was the first time Greta got rocked,
Yeah.
really. Um, and then obviously, but finally, sorry, they did hit. I think it's called what was it? The Hex marks the spot
X marks the spot. Yeah,
was the
on
finish
Stephanie.
on Tiffany Nieves, and they retained. But Fee, I just wonder with this because the women's NWA tag team division is really weak in terms of people. Yes,
There's
you've got the
not
pay.
really any other than the Hex in terms of actual and maybe the Page sisters.
That was where I was going to go, but that's it.
Obviously, TBMA was Valentina Rossi. Now it's Greta. Maybe that might be a team, a regular team moving forward, but there's not a lot of the women's tag division is not strong at all.
It really isn't, and it just makes me wonder where we go with it now because TBMA have lost this match clean as well. There was no shenanigans involved. They lost it. So where do
Yeah,
we go from here?
I don't know. Like, I'm glad they've got women's tag belts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, really glad they've got women's tag belts, but there's just, I don't know, there doesn't seem to be enough tag teams for it to almost be sustainable at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. We'll find out what happens to it. We will find out what happens in the future. And obviously, Tiffany Neves is still the television champion, of course, which we'll get to because it's not the last we've seen of La Princesa and Co. yet. Anyway, but now we do go to Dr. Vic's abode, and he's got the slime balls and Slade of all people. Slime balls are scoffing and eating and
Blade with
drinking.
hair.
Slade with hair, yeah, Slade's got hair
We're
now.
so used to seeing him with that wrestling cap on or
Yeah.
bald. Blade had hair. I was like, wow.
But they were kind of questioning, what are you going to do, Dr. Vic? You've been embarrassed now. See, Silas Mason was getting in, see, surely he's not going to pick a fight with Silas Mason.
I wouldn't have thought so.
I mean, you got to be,
I wouldn't have thought so. But
you
why
got
were they still there? The party was long over. It was like the day before.
the slime balls. There's always a party with the slime balls. We know that.
This is
Slade,
true.
I have no clue. I mean,
This
Slade.
is true.
We're going back quickly to that triple threat match. Obviously, Backlund and Mondo had their to do last week as well when the wrestling machines were part of the Crockett Cup.
Yeah.
He was unsuccessful in that. But yeah, so they're going to basically say to Dr. Vic, what are you doing? What are you going to do about it? Are you a man? What they're basically saying.
I hate that man up phrase. Something about that just, I'm not okay with that, but that's just me.
Well, I'm not going to see what happens, but we go back to the tattoo parlor.
El
And this,
Cantanto.
thank you. You're going to have to remember that because every week that's going to be, because I'm assuming it's back next week as well. This time, as you say, I think Cole Davis is getting a leg tattoo somewhere,
I don't know. It was just him sitting in the background made me chuckle.
but they're interrupted this time by Tommy Henry and the Page sisters. I got what you mean because once again this week, Kenzie was pulling up the top every 2 seconds. I did notice it. Did it was, obviously in a match environment, slightly different because you're obviously doing moves, but
Yeah.
she was literally like every. But Kylie is fucking. What's going on with her? She didn't have a Weetabix or what? She's a loose cannon at the moment.
She was like, she was going to kill them.
She literally said she was going to eat him. Baby Kylie, the prettiest prima donna. She ended up getting like carried out by
Yeah.
Tommy and Mackenzie.
She was pretty fired up. She does not like the country gentleman.
Don't blame her, really. I really don't blame her. But yeah, she was going nuts. I mean, she did lose last week as well. She had the tip. What's it? Hollywood Haley. Oh, no, it was Kenzie last week, wasn't it? Sorry, Kenzie had it. But they've got their issues at the moment with Hollywood Haley J and Co. So maybe that isn't finished yet either. Um, but now we move to the main event. It's Livia, the 19-year-old Livia against Markova for the Burke. Pretty. I mean, that's her second match in, and she's got an opportunity at the Burke. That's no
Hey,
mean
go
feat.
for it. You got to take them when they come along.
What I liked about this is that she went because she was trying to get obviously Tiffany not Tiffany Never, so obviously Markova has educated feet that we know very, very well, the beautiful disaster and everything else she does. I did like the fact that she counted it into a single leg crab. I thought
Yeah.
that was really, really good from Livia. And I
Olivia
tell
really impressed me in this for being such a young wrestler.
yeah,
You know
I
what I
mean
loved at the very start, and I don't know if you clocked it. So the ref presents her the belt and she looks down at the belt and she just goes, pretty belt. Or that's
I
what I
did
read her saying, pretty belt. And I was
pretty
like,
belt,
that's quite sweet.
pretty belt. They end up having a slap fest or a chop fest,
They
shall we say.
did. Markova's chops sound nasty.
They both weren't exactly, even Livia had some decent noises to those chops as well. Um, I mean, to be fair, this was a real. I mean, she hit her in a spear in this that was
Olivia
very
held
close.
held her own in this. She really, really did.
She didn't look out of place, put it
No,
that
not
way.
at all. Not at
In
all.
this, as I said, the spear from the 2.5. Markova didn't end up hitting the beautiful disaster. She ended up hitting a missile drop kick.
Yeah, not our
Which
usual finish.
No, which hey, listen, that's what I like about the NWA. Things like this
She's got
happen.
such a good missile drop kick though. Like
She
it
does.
is solid.
And you look
Absolutely solid.
you look at it now, she's got three finishes. She's got the missile drop kick, she's got the beautiful disaster, she's got a double arm DDT.
Yep.
That's a
Got a
hell of an
good
arsenal.
she's got a good arsenal, exactly.
She does, but she does retain that championship. She does a hug with Livia.
Which is nice. It was nice to see. She obviously a bit of respect there, so that's cool.
It was, but I said the word but because I did say earlier on we hadn't seen the last of Tiffany Nieves or Greta. Out they come to beat up Markova at the end of this,
They
and
really don't like her, do they?
no, and it was another devastating choke slam from Greta. She did say when we interviewed her, I asked her why she holds them up by, she pulls them by their bottoms or whatever they're wearing, and that's actually a preference of the wrestler.
Okay.
Go and watch the interview, guys. It's in the playlist. But that's how Power ended with Tiffany Neves. And now, he's
Solid
lucky.
show this week. Solid,
Oh,
solid show this
oh,
week.
brilliant show. But go back to my point. Tiffany Neves, lucky seven, surely.
She can't be far off it.
She's got to be there. I can't. She's defended that title. I'm sure she's had
When
at
was the
least.
last time she defended it though?
Oh, that is a good question. I thought she had defended it.
I can't remember.
It wasn't
That's my
Livia, was it? She didn't get the. Wasn't it Livia? Did she face Livia a couple of weeks ago? And this is where this all started. Because yeah, because they threw the match out because Greta chokeslammed her through the match, and I said to you why, or I may have even said to myself, why was the referee throwing the match out? Why didn't they disqualify Tiffany Nieves because of the chokeslam?
Yeah. I don't know. I need to go back and have a look. I'm going to see if I can watch some of the shows that I've managed to miss. So,
Yes. Anyway, that is Power this week, but we're not quite finished there yet because look, we got some good news. Well, we've got lots of good news. We're sponsoring the Page Sisters this week at KFW at their show. Really looking for really big thanks to everyone at KFW for allowing us to do that. We got a nice video that we'll put out that the Page Sisters sent us. They call you Fifi though,
I
don't
know
they?
we'll need to have a chat about that at some point.
Well, you'll be able to get we got a few shows coming up. Independent Showcase Scotland is continuing over the next couple of weeks with
Indeed, indeed.
some good
We've
name
got some good stuff coming up.
Man Bun Jesus for those of you that watch Exodus Pro coming up as well. Hayden Backlund coming up, and I can exclusively reveal today, not NWA related, but this coming week I'll be sitting down with former AEW wrestler Marco Stunt, who will be coming on this
I
show.
watched him last night on GCW.
You did, and I'll be speaking to him
That was
about
such a fun show.
it. Was I've seen it, and I enjoyed the bit with Jack Perry, Sam Stackhouse, of course, in there as well, which we all know from NWA as well. He was in there.
Yeah,
So I'll be
such a good
speaking to.
show. Well worth a watch. I got it on IWTV if anyone's looking for it.
There you go. Make sure you do that. Fee, what have you got coming up event wise?
Event wise, I've got a double header this weekend with W3L, so I'll be in Stirling on Friday night. Saturday afternoon, I'm down in Todmorden, which is
Where's that?
round about the Oldham, Manchester area, I believe.
Okay.
So away down south. And
Fair.
then the following weekend is WrestleMania weekend. Whoop whoop. I am
Yes.
hosting a pre-WrestleMania quiz in the box in Glasgow. And then the following weekend, which is like the 24th, 25th, is PBW's 20th anniversary doubleheader weekender. We are in Greenock on the 24th and Airdrie on the 25th. And I am super, super excited for that.
There we go. Tickets are available.
They are indeed, but they are moving fast for all the shows. So
Get them. Tickets are moving very fast for Ignite as well on May 3rd. So go to 96 Eventbrite. All the matches and yes, all the matches are announced now for that. So make sure you go ahead and watch that. Big thanks also to TNA for Harley Hudson. You'll be able to see the interview that I done with Harley
she's a
on.
belter.
She is, and you'll be able to see the interview on Thursday. Go to the TNA exclusive playlist. But for your NWA stuff, go to the NWA Spotlight page, go to the Talking Territories playlist. You will see all the interviews that we've done with all of the NWA
Indeed.
talent. And it's been great. But Fee, incredibly, we've been able to watch it 2 weeks in a row now. So
Wonders will never cease.
wonders we'll never see some hat trick next week with any luck. And if we do, will we be here to review another episode of the Crockett Cup?
Absolutely.
Follow us everywhere at HTT Buckle. Well, literally everywhere at HTT Buckle. Until then, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, and good night.